if you wind up seeing this, please come on. We would love to have you come on and ask any more questions that you have about why motherfuckers are upside down and people going to the sun, and it'd be a great old time. So come on, Deanna. But Team Skeptic, how do we know how old the Earth is?
Do you want me to answer that in a voice? Or?
I do, and your voice is Logan Paul.
Oh God!
Okay. I don't even know if he's on.
I can do this because I can totally go Valley on you.
You just got to film his body while you're saying it.
Scary.
Yeah, take your shirt off.
Yeah, it's already off. It's been off the whole time.
Oh, good.
No. Okay. So Logan Paul, and the question is, how do we know how old the Earth is?
Right.
Okay. So, all right. Yo, Deanna. So, like, here's the thing. We know how old the Earth is because there was this scientist who was working for the fuel companies in the early 20s, and he was tasked to determine the lead concentration in the ice samples. And yeah, man, it was fucking crazy because, you know, the gas companies were the people paying this dude, right? And fucking he the guy who found all this shit out, he was hurting the gas companies with all his information. And it ended up turning out to be the way we actually come up with the clean rooms that we use today in the laboratories and stuff, where all the scientists do all their science stuff.
That's great. You know what though?
I don't think he used to say big words if it's Logan Paul, but close enough.
No, that was spot on.
I was spot on.
Now, Rez Instant says, "Science cares not for your puny IQ." It's true. It's true.
I can't remember the scientist's name, but that's a legit story. He was actually being funded by major oil companies, and his research led to really what it led to all of our medical disclaimers about lead. There's actually everything we know about the dangers of lead, the neuroinhibitor that it is. And, I mean, we used to put it on fucking children's toys, you know? I mean, it was crazy. And we used to spit it out of our out of our exhaust because every car was a leaded gasoline car.
That's true. Did you know that the guy that thought of putting lead in gas is also the same guy that created CFCs in aerosol cans?
So he's a double asshole,
right? And he actually died a really unfortunate death. He this is a little bit of trivia, but he became a quadriplegic, and he created one of those like pulley systems in his beds, you know, where you could get up and all that stuff, and it wound up hanging him.
Oh god!
Yeah,
death by his own design.
Yeah.
And Kyle, you have to read Hal Soy's super chat.
Oh, I'm getting ready to. I'm just trying to pull up our next bit of comedy gold here. All right, hold on. Okay, now let me get to the chat here. All right, Houseoy, thank you for the super chat. This is exactly what I needed while standing in the shower and touching myself. Well, I'm sitting here and touching myself. I'm sure I'm not the only one, so you're in good company. Okay. This is a touch-friendly stream. So, good. Touch on, my friend. Touch on. Okay, so this is a relatively new channel from what I gather. It's called Flat Earth News. They have put out a swarm of videos in the past couple days, and actually the next three, because they're really quick, come from Flat Earth News. But they're on a storm. They're attacking everything, and we're going to start this segment with, and this doesn't have to be in order. We can just, whoever wants to talk about it, because we've already done the voices. But this is their model of what the actual map of the Earth looks like, and I want to see what you guys think about that. Can I mention just to spot out that Flat Earth News is using the globe Earth in their all
around the world, man.
Their intro. You cannot take the time to actually get the flat Earth, because you can't put flat Earth in front of a fucking globe Earth. No one's going to take you seriously.
I thought that this was the model they were presenting. I was like, yeah, this model looks pretty legit.
Oh, no, brother. We're getting okay, here we go.
Okay.
What
Here
the?
is the flat Earth map that I believe.
To me, it looks like the globe had a stroke. That's what it looks like to me.
No, what it looks... Hang on, pause.
Oh, sure.
What it actually looks like is he took essentially a celestial chart and took the AE projection, slightly shifted it to more of a North American bias, and then stuck that shit on the inside.
Yeah, pretty much. He's going to tell you right in these first couple seconds what he did to achieve this.
And times and distances. So to me, this.
Okay, so if you missed it, he took flight charts so that all of these locations line up with a flat Earth, but the flight patterns that you can look up yourself. So he made it work to where flight still worked on this flat Earth model.
All right, Steve, you were West Coast, right?
Yeah.
When you were, yeah. Would you say that's anything close to fucking right?
I don't even know how to interpret this. I'm not quite sure when I'm looking. I mean, I see the flight plans, but
Stroke Earth. That's what you're looking at. Stroke Earth.
Yeah, no.
Look at North America. I mean, it
looks sad.
Non-existent in the map. Yeah, it looks like it's like a remnant of. I don't understand how they do this projection.
It's like the Earth's melting.
Well,
it's like exactly. They take a projection. It's kind of like this is nothing that I've seen before as far as a projection, because it makes no sense.
The frame of reference I was going with is fuck the flight path data that they threw on there. I'm just looking at what it would take for the ship that I was on for over 2 years to go from Yokosuka, Japan, down to Singapore, up to Thailand, and then down to Australia. Sorry, but that is fucking wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've done a few Sarah West packs. It does take some time.
Yeah. Team Skeptic or Reds, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I was just going to say it doesn't address the same thing that I brought up in the debate last weekend, that the eastern sunrise on the equinox and the western sunset, it still wouldn't happen. Plus, it doesn't address the southern rotational stars either.
Yeah, the sun's still going to set in the same place. It's going to be different on your dropper Cancer and dropper Capricorn, right? So
Also,
I don't think this explains it at all.
the continent best known for everything trying to kill you and Steve Irwin. Yeah, it's not directly to the.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you were to fly directly east or west, you're not going to hit Africa, and you're not going to hit Aussie land. That's not how this works.
Yeah, I'm confused here. If you're in New York, right, and you headed due east,
directly east.
Yeah,
You're not going to hit.
Is this assuming that you're going to hit Africa? I don't get how this works.
Or fuck that. You're somehow you're going to end up in Madagascar.
Yeah, when in actuality,
if
you go directly east from New York City, you will hit Portugal.
That sounds
Well, he goes into
The northern part of Portugal and Spain.
And then here's how he lined it up with the
So how does it get to be Africa? Because the last thing I remember is Spain is not in Africa.
Obviously, this doesn't comport with flights. Basically, what I think he did was he cherry-picked the flight data to make it work with this bullshit.
Please look at your screen right now, and look at the dumbness. Look at the depths of dumbness that we have reached.
Stop. Stop.
That's what I'm talking about, though. That's good graphics.
Let's sit on the ice wall.
Kyle,
Come on.
Kyle,
I already know that.
Shut your whore mouth, okay?
Yes, sir.
We have
He likes it when he's
the
dominant
same
like that.
exact problem with these objects called the sun and the moon, and that problem is called angular size. And how even on this model, that shit should change. And guess what? It fucking doesn't. It doesn't change in angular size. So, like, what the fuck?
Well,
Like, what the fuck? Now I'm actually purposely breaking shit because I have been debunking fucking nonsense
Funny.
for 3 goddamn years, and people are still
Funny you
making
should say
the
that,
same
Ritz.
fucking mistake.
funny you should say that. You mentioned. Hold on. You mentioned the angular size of the sun.
Yes.
I'm afraid that has been disproven too, my friend. Let's witness.
Oh, clearly. Yeah.
By the way, lovely. I got to give him credit. Lovely intro.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, the intro's
Here we go.
good.
Hello, YouTube.
Okay, this.
So as we can see, as the sun is setting, it remains a constant size all the way down to the horizon.
Okay. Let me back that up, because you'll miss it.
All the way down.
Yeah, what
Okay.
was that text?
So what he's done, the 2 yellow circles, the guy that's doing this video has added the 2 yellow circles. So what he's trying to illustrate is that the topmost circle is bigger than the circle that's on the right side. So what he's saying is it's changing its size from that top ring as it moves down to the smaller ring.
Is he talking about the halos?
No, the actual sun, because he says, no, Mr. Dazza is wrong again. Not only does it shrink, I have estimated that it shrinks 30%, which is exactly what I estimated. Hold on.
You keep using that word. It
Take a
doesn't
sec.
mean what you think it does.
Take a second to take that in. I have estimated that it shrinks 30%, which is exactly what I estimated. Can you just take a second? Can you just take a second to marvel at the balls that it takes to put that and then put this video up on YouTube?
Yeah, it's brilliant, man. Come on, give him props. He got something right.
Confirmation through redundancy.
Okay, so he says that he did not include the full scale of the image at 12 degrees. So as you'll see right here, the sun, in his eyes, as he's estimated, gets smaller and fits right into that tiny little yellow ring.
Yeah, he would fit into a tiny yellow ring.
In this short video of Mr. Daz's, which he claims that the sun does not shrink, I have proven that it shrinks by 30% to the horizon.
What kind of filter was we using? Because the
Right,
glare
yeah,
obviously
Mr.
wasn't enough to remove all glare.
Still glare.
Quite right yet.
Yeah, there's still glare, clearly.
Okay, thoughts? I mean, he did estimate that it was going to be 30%.
Well, since this is actually a thing, let me go ahead and invite him to something. Is that okay? Can I invite him to do something?
Sure.
Find a 30% difference in my video where I actually took a observation of the sun throughout the entire day. Took one picture of the sun at the same zoom level every 30 minutes for an entire day. Show me the 30% change in my footage. Show me the 30%, and I guarantee you, you won't be able to find it. So when I did this observation, I found 0 change in angular size. So for those of you who want to know, I'll go ahead and blackmail Kyle to put a link to it in the description.
Oh, that's too much on my plate, Ritz. You don't understand.
You will do as I say.
All right, we've only got 2 more.
Yes,
sir.
Oh, God. I was going to say, just spam the live chat with it.
There
No, you can send it to me. I'll put it in there. That's no problem. All right, we've got 2 more videos left to do, and then you guys' job will be done. I think you've done a really good job tonight. I don't know if you noticed, but I gave you guys a badass name as a team over to the right.
We already have a
Call to
name.
gravity.
We're Team Cunt.
We're Team Cunt.